What is going on, everybody? We're back with another review. We're CCW. I'm Nick.
I'm Joe.
And so last night we covered SmackDown, and I was like, man, nothing can beat how boring this SmackDown was. And tonight, Collision said, "Hold my beer,"
Man, it was a whole new bar, wasn't it?
and so I should have known what was coming today. So I woke up this morning and started my day off with Final Fantasy 15. Um, I finished chapter one, and it's like, it's weird when that's the best thing that's happened to me up to this point today.
Ooh, yeah.
Um, so I beat chapter one on that. I got a little bit into chapter two, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch a couple horror movies. And then both the horror movies I watched today were like some of the most mediocre to like lowest rung of dung do that I have watched so far this year. Dung do. I just made up that. Um,
Very, very bad, huh?
oh yeah. And then I was like, man, Collision might save the evening. Nope.
No, it really didn't. It was a mediocre show for sure.
So, we're still in Philly. We'll be there for a couple weeks. Shivani and Nigel are on commentary because they was like, hey, we know how much you guys have missed Shivani. Um,
They were like, "Hey, you guys mentioned that you didn't get any Shivani on Dynamite." Again, they were like, "Hold our beers."
yeah. And then we get Daddy Magic on commentary for the first match, which is how the show opens. It's Daniel Garcia versus Blake Christian, which is probably the match of the fucking night. Um,
Yeah, it's that or yeah, it's that.
It's I hate, and I'm being serious, and it's not even because of the match. We actually got a good Garcia promo afterwards that was on TV.
Well, we got a passioned promo. I don't know if good is the way I would put it. It was fine, but it wasn't anything like they didn't put on TV.
Right. So Blake's already in the ring. Daniel Garcia comes out. I said gums out. That's funny. Mox comes to the ring randomly before the match even really starts. He kind of whispers in Garcia's ear. I think he's trying to take him on a date or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
he jumped up on the apron and was whispering in his ear.
and then the bell rings and Mox leaves. And then outside the ring, shortly after that, Garcia hits this really nasty big boot to Blake Christian's face. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, Garcia wrestled a lot more aggressive this evening.
After some back and forth, I about said Bork and Fath, back and forth, Danny Garcia hits Blake with a few nasty chops in the ring that echoed. Um, Danny ends up getting a choke in on Blake, and it looks like Blake starts to fade. Danny eventually puts him into a pile driver, gets the win.
Yeah,
Uh,
he let up off the submission so he could inflict pain more.
yeah.
We're getting a crazy Daniel Garcia apparently.
Shivani comes in the ring to ask Garcia about Mox. Garcia's like, yo, I don't care about that. He says, I've been chasing Mox because Mox has everything that he wants. He wants one more match with Mox. Yuta gets on the mic, accepts for Mox, and then the crowd starts chanting, shut the fuck up to Yuta, as one should. Um,
Yeah, because he should never be on the microphone.
and then backstage segment from earlier today, the conglomeration are backstage. Roderick Strong is mad at Kyle O'Reilly. That Kyle O'Reilly is teaming with Ishii. Kyle says that they're going up against Dong Phallus, which is funny because I have not thought of that one. Um, although
Yeah, I've heard it before. They've said it before.
although I'm still surprised they haven't called Kyle Felcher. Uh he says something about the conglomeration, and then during all that, Roderick Strong walks away. Um,
Yeah, I have nothing to add. It was nothing.
go
It was, yeah.
go ahead.
Roddy's still mad.
We know how much you like talking about Ishii, so go ahead and take this one. Actually, Ishii
All
was probably the
right.
best part of this fucking match for some reason. This match was also kind of meh. Um, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, my computer pinged at me. Kyle O'Reilly and Ishii versus the Don Callis family, which was Kyle Fletcher and Alexander. Wow, I could not think of his name. There to save my life.
Did you not write it
Some
down?
wrestling early with. No, I did. It's Josh Alexander. I just looked at the first part of it, which was Don Callis family.
Oh.
Uh, some good wrestling early on in this with Kyle and Alexander and Kyle and other Kyle. Ishii gets in eventually. Of course, he has his elbow exchange. Don't worry, that's a recurring theme here. It's about the only thing he can do. Kyle and Kyle get back in the ring, or Kyle and Kyle first got in the ring. It was Alexander at the first wrestling. Yeah, I don't have a lot to go on here. There was a nice back and forth between the Kyles. It was pacing out like it was going to be something really good. And then we just got the Ishii show, which was sloppy to begin with. Elbow exchange. Kyle O'Reilly jumps off the apron into a chair that other Kyle was sitting on trying to get him. This was just a mess. Low blow off a ref distraction. Pile driver for the win for Alexander on Ishii. After the match, Roddy came down to try to pull Kyle backstage away from Ishii, who was hurt or playing hurt. So Kyle was concerned about him, furthering the dissension between them.
Right. A couple notes that I have is that you didn't. At one point, when the Kyles were in the ring wrestling each other, Kyle O'Reilly yelled out, "I hate every Kyle that is not me." Fletcher's eye got busted open at some point.
He got a small cut.
Not even sure how that happened.
Me neither, but I'm pretty sure I know why Julia Hart's
nose got busted
bleeding
open
later tonight.
Yeah.
She probably broke her nose. She did it to herself too.
Ishii at one point got a hot tag and ended up doing a pounce to both members of the Don Callis family, which was pretty nice. And then Alexander got pins 2 weeks in a row, or 2 shows in a row.
So they can feed him to Jay Briscoe next week.
I actually think they're going to have Jay Briscoe lose to Takeshita, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but he's going to work his way to Takeshita, probably. I don't know. We'll see. He's supposed to get if he beats Alexander, he'll get the match, but we'll talk about that.
Have they announced who he's wrestling next week? Because I didn't know it was
There
Alexander.
was a promo later in this show about it. There's a promo in the show later. It was after the FTR match. That's how well this collision went, everybody.
I said backstage Kyle and Josh Callis are backstage hyping up Wednesday's tag match. And then we finally
there's a part where Callis mentioned that Alexander was going to be Briscoe's opponent for next week.
If Callis mentioned it, I probably just didn't listen.
He's talking again.
I'm about tired of him, dude. He just talks. That's all he does, and I'm fucking sick of him.
To be fair, most of the people he's with can't talk, so they need it.
Hey, Josh cut a nice part of his promo. He can talk. He's probably the only one that can.
Josh Alexander's being wasted being in that group. He's just being wasted.
All right, so backstage, Jamie Hayter and Tekla are beating the hell out of each other. There's one part where Jamie tosses Tekla, dude, and I thought she
was whooping Tekla's ass for like 80% of that thing.
Yeah. Security breaks it up. Tekla breaks free, jumps off the dock station into security and Hayter. Security breaks it up again. We'll see Tekla later. But apparently Hayter bounced afterwards for whatever reason.
Yeah. Not there. I kept waiting for her to come out at the end and got nothing.
Backstage earlier today, there's a lot of those. I need to stop doing those. Kip Sabian is meeting with Killswitch, and Mama Wayne is over them arguing. And at some point, Mama Wayne tells Kip to get to stepping. She's like,
"Yeah, take a walk.
You need to take a walk." And I just thought it was a dumb, unnecessary segment.
And the dinosaur guy just sat there and grunted the whole time.
It was stupid. Match
Yeah,
3.
pretty much.
Guys, this show doesn't get any better. Match 3, Jay Lethal versus Hologram. I said I know Joe's excited for
And
this match.
this to me was the worst match on the card, and I feel so bad for Jay Lethal.
I don't have this as the worst match.
Although
I would have it as the second worst match.
well, the other match is a squash match.
Yeah, that's the worst match.
Well, yeah, I would take the squash over this.
So yeah, I said match was mediocre at best. Hologram wins with the portal bomb, and then they do this weird thing at the end where they're signifying that there's going to be an evil hologram, which I'm guessing we're going to get a hologram versus hologram match out of it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I said this does not interest me. And I'm the one of the two of us that actually likes hologram, and this does not interest me.
I was confused because he when he came, I couldn't tell if it was promoting another an opponent for him or if this was signaling some sort of character change for him, because when the lights came back on, he acted like he was all confused and stuff.
Apparently, this also happened last night at Death Before Dishonor.
Which is already on YouTube in AEW's feed.
Yep.
So hopefully nobody paid for that.
The second half of it is. The first half is not. They had a malfunction, and they decided to air the rest of it on YouTube for free, and they're going to give everybody that has Ring of Honor thing a free month of it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's I told you that last night though. I messaged you that because you were watching the rest of SmackDown, and I told you I was like, hey, I'm probably going to watch the rest of Death Before Dishonor since it's free on YouTube right now.
Well, yeah, I knew you were watching it, but I did not pick up that stuff. But yeah, the only notes I have for this was a hologram was sloppy pretty much the entire match. There was one point where Jay Lethal just dropped him right on his face. Don't know what the miscommunication was there, but the only thing I know, it was Hologram's fault. This was not a good showing for him. Nice tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from Jay to Hologram. Yeah, Hologram wins with the essentially what is a blue thunder bomb.
I am curious as to what the hell they're doing with Jay. So Jay Lethal and Hologram apparently both won last night wherever they were, whatever the matches they were wrestling in. Not together, obviously, but they were both in matches at last night's show. I thought
Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah, I thought it was really weird. Honestly, this whole collision was filled with a bunch of people that normally aren't on AEW TV at this point, which I feel like kind of dragged the show down.
Did they tape it the same night?
No, this was live.
Was that a live one?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, it was a lot of more ROH focused talent getting AEW airtime, and I feel like nothing storyline wise got pushed forward in any positive direction.
Nothing got pushed anywhere. Maybe the conglomerate Paragon thing was the only thing that was even an ongoing storyline on this show.
I'm also curious as to what happened.
And the Mox Daniel Garcia thing. Yeah. So the first two segments, and then everything else was just nothing.
I'm curious as to what Jay Lethal at one point had a huge group that he was a part of, and I haven't seen any of them in forever, let alone Jay Lethal for that matter.
Yeah, the Jeff Jarrett group, where it's Jeff and Jay and
Sanjay
Dutt and Karen Jarrett and the. Why can't I think of the big tall ex-NBA player?
I can't remember the big tall guy's name either. And then we get
WWE does it right. They just tell you the tall guy's name is tall.
Right. Then we get this random vignette for the Hurt Syndicate and GOA and Ricochet that didn't really do much for me.
It didn't do anything for me either, which saddens me because this should be.
It's the first time Ricochet didn't sound like a bitch in a long time. I'll at least give him that. But otherwise, I was just like, meh, I don't care. Alex Windsor versus Ashley Vox, aka Creator Wrestler number 6,432. Alex Windsor hits. Oh, here's my favorite note for this. Alex Windsor hits a Blue Thunder bomb, and Tony called it a sit-out power bomb. Windsor wins the squash match with a sharpshooter. One second. So yeah, had to pause it. Joe's computer turned off.
Yeah, my bad, guys.
But yeah, so as I was saying before I realized he was gone, Alex Windsor hit a Blue Thunder bomb, and Tony called it a sit-out power bomb, which made me laugh.
He does that a lot. It's part of his charm.
Yeah. And yeah, Windsor wins with a sharpshooter. And then post-match, Tony felt like he just had to interview her because, that's what we needed. And then Alex heard exactly what Monet had to say about her. She's one pissed-off little girl. She's mad about Monet using Will as a talking point. She wants a rematch for the TBS title here in Philly. And she's heavily playing into the whole Windsor thing that everyone else is also playing into. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. It was
trash.
Not great. Yeah, pretty much. It was not good. I was trying to be positive, but they continue the utter just shoving of her down our throats. But
yeah,
what can you do? Next, we get another earlier today, where Don Callis and Mark Briscoe are meeting in the back.
It said,
Callis has agreed to no violence, even though I don't understand that. He's going to beat up Mark Briscoe.
It said earlier today, and it supposedly took place right after the Don Callis family won their match.
You mean when they had to cover and say exactly when it happened, so it didn't look like the match was predetermined?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I noticed it. It was bad. But he did mention Fletcher getting busted open, so it must have really taken place then.
Yeah, it might have.
Or was that the next one? They're in so many freaking segments in this show. That may have been the next That may have been the next one. Don Callis is all over this freaking show. Anyways, Briscoe has to go through Alexander to get a TNT title shot, or even get considered for one. That's essentially where this was going.
Now see, I never noticed him mention Josh Alexander by name. He said specifically that he'll have to beat somebody from the Don Callis family, and
he doesn't say him specifically, but the other segment kind of heavily hints at it.
Right. We'll see though, because Josh Alexander is in a different match on Dynamite. He's in a match.
Oh yeah, he's in the tag match.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I think it's going to be Takeshita.
None of this makes sense. Maybe I was just fantasy booking in my head.
But yeah, so go ahead. You can keep going. I don't. You like FTR.
Yeah, FTR was out next against JD Drake and Adam Priest.
Now, I do want to say, I laugh, by the way, because I love FTR as well. But the biggest part, and my favorite part of this whole match, I didn't know if you noticed, but FTR's attire made it look like the old school FBI tights.
I did not notice that.
The full-blooded Italians.
Like the full-blooded Italians? Yeah.
Yep.
Good catch. And good for them. I liked FBI and ECW. Lots of ECW homages going to be happening over the next few weeks.
Yep.
This match was essentially FTR giving these guys way too much. It should have been way shorter. They hit a shatter machine on the illegal person, knocking them out of the match. Let's see. Dax threw Adam Priest into the post with his shoulder 3 times, then locked on a shoulder stretch crossface submission for the win.
So
And
I will
yeah,
say one of the cool things that we got just after coming back from a commercial break, we got to see the replay of JD Drake hitting a moonsault, and for being like 300 plus pounds and hitting that moonsault was pretty impressive. Um, for those
yeah,
of
he a big old dude.
for those of you that don't know, JD Drake is a part of a tag team called the Workhorsemen, and his tag team partner, which I cannot remember his name, there was a lot of drama because he either didn't get his contract renewed or he got released. And it was this whole ordeal where he wasn't able to wrestle because he got his jaw broken. And instead of signing him back, Tony was like, "We'll re-sign you once your jaw's healed." So it made
Oh, so he didn't have to pay him while he was hurt?
correct. It was kind of shady.
Did he get hurt there, or was it a indie show?
I think it was an indie show. So I understand where Tony was coming from, but at the same time, like, I think the big part that people were mad about was him signing his tag team partner.
I mean, yeah, they should have been a package deal. Even if you were gonna just do whatever you were doing with the other guy, which is apparently just sticking him in another makeshift tag team.
Yeah. So he got stuck with whoever this guy was, this Adam Priest dude.
Adam Priest.
Don't think I've personally ever seen.
He's been on Collision before. I believe he's an ROH guy.
But yeah, continue.
After the match, we've got a very terrible promo from FTR. FTR's promo here was really, really bad. Cash was in particular really bad because he was just screaming the entire time.
It's not about Christian
saying it
and
wasn't.
Cope.
Yeah, it's not about them. It's about FTR. It's about their legacy, and hosing them out of the tag titles. Even though I don't know, didn't like it. And then Dax got on the mic and was like, "I'm not going to yell," and he tries to be calm, and the crowd starts just screaming, "You fucked up!" because when Cash went to hand Dax the mic, they dropped it. So then Dax said he wasn't going to yell, but then he had to yell to get over the audience. So it was just awkward. The crowd kind of took over a few segments in this show.
Yeah, they did. At one point, they were like, "This could have been a dream match. 2 teams, 2 eras, 1 destiny," and CNC ruined it. It's now a charity exhibition. The one cool thing he did say, he was like, "ENC built their names." I said ENC. CNC built their names off of 3 letters 25 years ago. TLC. This team built its name off of 3 letters. FTR. And in Toronto, they're going to end the careers of CNC.
Yeah. We at least know that match will probably be good because they will really want to try.
Yeah, they will.
Because they all 4 of those guys like each other a lot.
Backstage, Kyle and Josh and Callis are hyping up Wednesday's match. That's supposed to be some epic 4.
An 8-man tag. It's it's Kenny and Hangman and Jet Speed against the Bucks, and then those 2, Josh Alexander and Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle Felcher.
The Felcher.
And then we get what I was most excited for matches tonight, and then it just turned out to be an almost nothing match. Big Bill versus Juice Robinson.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a lot better as well.
Juice finally has most of his beard back, which is great.
He's got a long enough beard to not look with the baby face.
I said it was an okay match. Bill wins with probably the best boss man slam I've seen in a couple weeks. And then I was like, why is everyone doing this move?
The Blue Thunder Bomb, yeah, lots of people. I mean, it's not quite the spear, but we're getting there, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll get a couple of those later too.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of notes on this either. It started in the ring, spilled to the outside. Juice got beat up most of it. He was working over Big Bill's leg. The distraction spot allowed Big Bill to hit the Big Boss Man Slam for the win.
Yeah. Fucking Christ, dude. Backstage earlier today, Skyflight just has to be on my TV again. And they're like, the Don Callis family, we beat them. And then we went on to we beat Shane Taylor Promotions before that. And then Darius Martin's like, hey, guys, like, why are we celebrating what's so funny? Like,
we're not even we're not the Ring of Honor Trios champions.
Shane Taylor, who just beat, who just won the Trios champs last night at the show, are currently the Trios champs. He's like, we got to stop joking and actually do something.
Yep.
Which was an unnecessary segment. Again.
Yeah, that was the gist of it. It was furthering that, I guess. Yeah. Even though I can't imagine there are many people out there that are excited for this faction.
The best vignette, talking segment, whatever of the night happened after that, which was Gabe Kidd's. I actually like Gabe Kidd when he talks. He actually sounds like he's actually menacing.
Yeah, him and Darby are gonna have a
kill Darby fight, until Darby wins match.
Yeah, he's the indestructible man.
And we're getting another hardcore match between the two of them when they wrestle, and then
yeah, it'll probably be all over the arena they're in Philly. The whatever it's called, the 2-3 arena.
But it was a good little thing. He said none of the Death Riders are afraid of death. Gabe doesn't want a wrestling match. He wants to take Darby's soul. I was like, my note says I like this guy.
apparently he's a psychopath who had to be institutionalized. So it came across a little cheesy to me, but at least they're doing something with the guy.
Then we came back with a Darby vignette, who's apparently working with Tony Hawk to build a skate park in Philly.
Georgia,
whatever. I don't.
This was such a bad show, guys.
I don't listen. I was happy to see Tony Hawk.
Yeah, gotta love the Hawk man.
And it was cool seeing Darby actually skate because you don't really see that too often. But yeah, I'll let you take the last match because I have three.
Favorite.
I have
a 6-person tag team match.
A 6-person women's tag team match where Queen Aminata's involved.
Yes, the participants are in increasingly in team order: Tony Storm, Mina Shirakawa, and Queen Aminata. I'm not ever leave your television screen. Versus Billy Starks, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart.
Queen Aminata going to be in my spot when I need to be.
Ooh, yeah, she's the queen of it, ain't she? Okay, so this match actually started out really good. Tony Storm and Sky Blue actually did quite a bit of wrestling, and it was actually good. Wrist locks and takeovers and just good solid work at the beginning, but it was ruined. Aminata gets tagged in, and it's like immediate chocolate kisses on Julia Hart, who also was tagged in. There was a pointless Mina Shirakawa dive to the outside that she milked for way too long.
Yeah.
So they get all back in the ring after a commercial break, and Mina Shirakawa does a German suplex to Julia Hart. And it's kind of a snappy one. And Julia Hart need herself in the know something fierce. And you could tell she was hurt. And you could tell that she needed a second to catch her...
to get her bearings.
Catch herself. To get her bearings back. I thought she was, like, seriously hurt. I thought, like, big time broken nose. We'll see if it actually is broken.
She toughed it out, though.
She did. You could tell she was off big time. Her timing was a little weird, and she had to kind of be pulled through some things, but she got through the match. So, tough girl. Very, very sloppy ending. With the baby faces won, right?
Yeah.
I don't even have who won.
Mina hits the Mina driver on Billy Starks for the win.
Oh, yeah, because isn't that like that's like the move I used to do?
Kind of, yeah. And
Yeah,
then,
because I kept
um,
uh, rewinding it.
and then post match, Tekla comes out and they start beating down on the faces. And basically, it was the other two ladies doing their tag team front suplex thing. I don't know what the fuck it's called.
Yeah, it's like a double front suplex.
Yeah. And then when they land it, they do a super kick to them, and then they'd pick them up.
To the kneeling opponent, yeah.
And then they'd pick them up, and Tekla would spear them. And then they'd grab the next person. They'd do it again.
And they did it for every participant in the match.
Yeah. Well, all the faces.
Well, yeah, they're the
Listen,
team.
I was hoping Billy was going to eat one too, because fuck them as well.
Oh yeah, I guess Billy Starks would have been the odd woman out of that situation. I forgot she was even there.
She was too busy crawling around on the outside of the ring, avoiding everything.
Right. Tekla never needs to do a spear ever.
No.
Ever.
No. Listen,
ever.
though.
She should take it, remove all footage of it from TV, and never have it happen again.
It's still 10 times better than Jay's. I hate Jay's spear so much. They're
kind of the same. They're like running hugs that they roll off of.
I would compare hers more to who rolls through it. There's Bobby Lashley. I'd compare it more to Bobby Lashley's spear than Jay's.
I will 1,000% agree with that.
Because she tries to.
Bobby Lashley's.
I'm not a fan.
Bobby Lashley's spear too.
I'm not a fan either, but at least when he does it, he's big enough that it's somewhat believable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like
no lady does it right. I don't know why the ladies are so keen to do it.
It's a big staple in wrestling. I don't.
Yeah.
Listen, it was fun to do in backyard wrestling. Like I remember, were you down in the basement at my house when I speared my stepsister?
Yeah, Colette. Yeah.
Because I ran 3 rooms around and I just popped in the room and speared her out of fucking nowhere. Greatest spear ever, let me tell you, because she had no clue it was coming. Nobody did. Anyways, sorry. Great times. She was so mad.
That's Collision, by the way. That was, you think? But that was Collision. Literally, the heels posed after they did all that, and it went off the air. I kept thinking to myself, because of the dust up earlier in the night, I'm like, all right, Jamie Hayter out for the save anytime now.
Yeah.
And they started doing it all through the things. I'm like, boy, she's waiting a really long time to come out for the save.
I kept thinking the same thing. I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, by the time she gets out there, she's going to have to fight all 3 of them and not have any help.
Yeah. It was weird. It was a weird situation, but the triangle of whatever looked quote unquote strong in the end.
The triangle of sadness at this point.
Terror. It's terror, isn't it?
It's madness. That's why I said sadness.
Madness, terror. Yeah. Sadness.
I love their theme song, and I love their entrance when they come out.
That's the problem. It's all entrance. It's all flair.
It's Tekla, dude. I as much as I like Tekla, she needed to not be teamed up with them.
I agree. I don't see what it's done for any of them.
It's not helped anybody.
No.
Because I think Tekla's fine by herself. I think Julia and Sky Blue are fine by themselves, but for some reason, ever since they joined up in this weird trio, it's made the 3 of them look bad.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was the first win they've gotten in a month.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Collision for you guys.
That's Collision.
At least you guys got at least the thumbnail you guys got to see is of bloody nosed
Julia
Hart.
So Clash in Paris has the very low bar of being the best show this weekend.
Oof.
And I'm including yesterday's SmackDown. No, Death Before Dishonor is probably going to be the best show. I got to
Probably.
watch that.
So that dude
I'll have to watch that.
had a wrestling match. The Howler, the dude that was on commentary a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
The actor.
Uh-huh.
He was in a. It was either just a standard hardcore or a death match with QT Marshall.
Oh, fucking QT still around?
I couldn't remember what his name was, dude. I was sitting here going PC Marshall.
Performance Center Marshall. He
Well,
does do a lot of their training.
funny enough, so he left a year and a half
Oh,
ago.
I know. Oh, I know.
Because he wanted to go to WWE, and the WWE wouldn't hire him. So he resigned with
Even though his boy Cody was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what it was is they wanted him more for a backstage role, and
he wanted to
he
wrestle
wants
more.
to wrestle still.
Yeah.
And if he wants to do both, he probably is only going to be able to do that in AEW.
Yeah. But yeah, so.
But he did some work in Mexico too, so he did some indie stuff.
When I first turned on, because I got the message on Twitter that Death Before Dishonor had been moved to YouTube because of whatever technical issues they were having. That was the match that was in the middle of, was that hardcore match. And the Howler guy, whatever his name is, legit. I was just reading on Twitter earlier today. He legit had told both Tony and QT, like, "Hey, if we're gonna do this hardcore match, I want to actually do it." He's like, "I don't want to phone it in. I don't want to fake my way through it. If you're gonna use thumbtacks, really use thumbtacks. Like, drop me on them." So he was like all about the whole hardcore match thing. And actually, like I said, that was the match I tuned in on, and the little bit that I got to see towards the end was pretty good. And then I fell asleep during the next match. But all right, guys, that's gonna do it. Hopefully next week is better.
Yeah, hopefully at least Clash is okay. Well, it can only go up from here, right?
It's WWE. No, no, there's a chance. But
like I said, I'm excited for 2 of the matches, anyways.
Yeah. Let's just hope they don't Big Bill Juice Robinson me on both those matches. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it. We will see you guys tomorrow or Monday for Clash, depending on.
Yeah, depending on when I'm available after a concert.
Yeah, depending on Joe. So we'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.
Later.